rapid spread of the virus is triggering urgent action around the world. So far, at least 81 countries have reported cases.
Boston Pride just announced that it will be canceling this year's parade and festival. Mayor Walsh says it's the right decision amid the COVID-19 pandemic, saying that everyone's health and safety is the top priority. Next year's events will be scheduled for June 12th.
There's an anecdote circling around on Facebook. It goes something like this. When Shakespeare was quarantined because of the plague, he wrote King Lear. This story frustrates me. As a performance artist, most of my mediums of work have been halted indefinitely, and it is leaving me feeling uninspired and unmotivated. Months before the pandemic arrived, I had been experimenting with a new type of performance art: drag. Drag and drag queens have dominated pop culture in the past several years. I had dreams to attend an open stage night at a bar this spring to debut a new part of myself to the public. But now, I couldn't leave my home. I wanted to hear from someone in the professional world of drag, ask them what draws them to the art form, and get their advice for an aspiring queen such as myself. So, I got in touch with drag queen Gilda Wabbit, a cast performer at Play Dance Bar in Louisville, Kentucky. I had seen Gilda perform live half a dozen times at Play and other venues, and I found myself captivated by the high energy and confidence that she exuded. I was hoping she could pass some of that wisdom on to me.
Yeah, just thank you for helping once again.
Yeah, I'm glad to, very glad to. A large part of the reason that I've built my life around doing drag is because in these queer spaces, I have found validation to be a more authentic version of myself that I didn't find elsewhere. I do have a need to reach out to my audience, and I do have a need to express my femininity every week and to not just like cut that part of my personality off. So I set about to set myself my own digital drag schedule. So I'm doing internet content. I also think that doing digital drag is important beyond self-isolation and the coronavirus pandemic, because so many people who want to see us perform can't. So these digital drag shows are creating spaces that I've been thinking about for a long time, but for some reason never thought to go to the internet. If me at 6 o'clock on the internet seeing a dumb fucking parody about jerking off to someone's Facebook profile pictures can like provide that person with a moment of like clarity and authenticity and vulnerability amongst all of this, then like I've done it. That's my purpose. If you're doing drag just for fun, if you just want to have a good time, then I say try not to give a fuck about anyone else's standards. It is fun to put on some blush. It is fun to put on some glitter. It is fun to take a mop and chop it off the bottom and put it on your head as a wig. The only person that you see every morning when you even look in the mirror is you. You don't see your audience. You don't see, Violet Chachki or Shake Lay. You only see yourself. So you have to do what you like and what you enjoy.
Gilda's words of encouragement lit the spark that I needed to move forward with my goals. With her advice in my mind, I set to work. As I gathered my supplies, the reality of doing this performance for a public audience began to sink in. I started to become anxious, worried about what my friends, my family members, my peers would think of me. Yet, something kept me going. All throughout, I kept in mind a piece of advice that Gilda gave me during our interview that helped my confidence.
If you don't want to be good at drag, you just want to have fun, don't worry about giving yourself some arbitrary standard.
right, I guess I'm just gonna get started. So I hope you guys enjoy the performance. Yeah, thank you all for being here tonight. My heart pounded the entire hour. I felt exhilarated. I was on a high unlike anything I've ever felt in my life. It was messy. I screwed up. Nothing went fully according to plan. But it made the performance more thrilling and magical than I could have ever expected. The moment I began to lip sync, it's as if the whole world melted away. All my family members and my friends, peers, previous teachers, people that I never would have expected to tune in, watched for 5 minutes or for even the whole thing. I had only rehearsed 2 numbers, but I got asked at the end to do an encore, and I couldn't say no to that. My performance has received over 200 views on Facebook now, and I even got a heart reaction from Gilda Wabbit herself. I hope that this can give some people some solace, a moment of peace as it did for me. To have this artistic liberation in a time of uncertainty is all that I could ask for. Thank you to everybody that came to watch tonight. For those of you who came for the whole thing or for 5 minutes of it, I appreciate every single one of you that came here. I love you all, and yeah, I'll see you guys soon, hopefully.